Hello, I'm going to talk a little bit about a multimeter and a clamp meter and what the differences are roughly between the two, and run through a few tests on the multimeter so you can see how these function, and a few little other tips and tests that you can do with the multimeter. Hope you enjoy. Thank you. So the main differences between these two devices, as you can see, is that the clamp meter has the clamp on top that you can quite easily test current with quickly and easily without interfering with the circuit itself. So a completely non-intrusive test. Whereas the multimeter, you'd have to plug the leads into the current side and the common and break into the circuit. So turn the circuit off, disconnect the circuit and put the multimeter in series with that circuit. That's got its own problems where the current flows through the multimeter and through the 10 amp fuse, so if the circuit is pulling more than 10 amps it would blow the fuse in the multimeter. And to replace the fuse in the multimeter you'd have to take off this rubber shroud, take the 10 amp fuse out and replace it, which is time consuming. Both these meters have similar functions in that this can measure resistance and you can select the range, and this one can measure resistance as well, although this is an auto ranging multimeter. They both have voltage DC and AC, this one being here voltage AC and DC, although you'd have to select with the press of this select button here. Also both have the diode test and continuity test, which is not the same as a resistance test. This has it on the resistance test, but again you'd have to select to choose them options. The clamp meter has a few more functions, one of which is a capacitance measurement on there, the frequency and the temperature, which this multimeter doesn't have. Other multimeters do have that function, so this is why I've got the two. The main differences between these two, although they can both measure current, is the fact that this can measure up to 600 amps AC and DC. Most clamp meters can't measure DC, so if you want it to measure DC then you would have to buy that specific clamp meter. The main difference between these two devices is the way it measures current. With the clamp meter you've got this clamp that you put over the top of the cable. It's a non-intrusive test and it measures it through inductance if it's AC and through a Hall effect sensor if it's DC. So this one actually measures AC and DC. So generally I don't use this multimeter for current, it's just this device. Also with the current going through this device, that poses its own problems where you could quite easily touch the probes and get an electric shock if you're not careful. So I'm just going to give a quick pre-use check. What I want to do for that is have a look at the cables themselves, make sure they're not damaged or frayed all the way along. Checking the probes at the end as well, because if you've got some insulation missing or these bits have gone at the back, there's a good chance that you'll come into contact with the voltage that you're trying to test. Here's a lead I'm not going to use. With a little focus, yep, that I burnt with a soldering iron. I'm sure we've all been there. So what we want to do first is get that one out of the way. Just set this up to measure resistance. Put the black one in common and the red one in the multifunction port. And then we want to do a resistance check on it. So touch the probes together just to get a resistance, so 0.1 of an ohm there. And then you can take that value off of your reading later on to get an accurate reading. So now you know your leads work, what resistance they are, and that your multimeter is functioning. And it's the same on the clamp meter. So select the range, that will come up with auto, it's already come up as mega ohms there. You put the black lead into common, exactly the same, and the red lead into the multifunction socket. And again, touch the probes together, 0 ohms. So I'm going to measure the current on the multimeter first to show you how awkward it is, and set up the power supply for around 100 milliamps. The reason being is because I've already blown the 10 amp fuse on this one. So I'm going to connect up the power supply to a 20 ohm resistor, so a 20 ohm 50 watt resistor. Set the current on this to around 150 milliamps. So to connect up to this multimeter, I'll connect up the black lead to common as normal, and the red lead to the milliamp side. Although you would normally start with the highest amount of current, test the circuit, and then drop down when you know it's below this one's maximum. So I've got my probes ready. Bear in mind that when you connect up this black lead, this becomes live if the circuit's on. So if you're putting this onto a voltage, there's a fuse in between there, so that's a direct connection between the black lead and the red lead. So as soon as a voltage goes on here, that voltage is going to appear on the other pin. So if I connect up to 240 volts mains, I'm going to get 240 volts out the other side. So just bear that in mind. So I'll turn the multimeter on, turn it round to 200 milliamps, which it tells me where to plug my probes into. So it's got a nice graphic on this LCD display. So I'm going to disconnect this from the resistor, connect it up to this red lead, so the positive goes down the positive side, and then connect this up to the resistor. And there you go, 148 milliamps coming through there. So for the multimeter, you have to disconnect the circuit and connect it up in series, so you can measure that current going through the resistor. So I'll just move that one out of the way. I'll connect up the resistor again. So I'm going to test it with this clamp meter now while it's in circuit. So I've just set that up to 20 volts and set the current to be constant at 1 amp. So I should see about 20 watts of power here. So at the moment that's flicking around all over the place, so I'm going to hit relative there and then put the clamp meter around the positive cable. Turn on the power supply, which shows around 1 amp being pulled DC. It's important to note as well there's a positive symbol on here, so the positive feed coming into the top of the clamp meter ensures that this is a positive value. If I turn the lead round, then you get a negative value on there. This is actually getting warm now. So the other function of this clamp meter is temperature. So I'll just put that on there, hopefully it doesn't melt through it. So this is at 22 degrees C at the moment, so I'm just going to attach it to the bottom of there to see what that gets up to. So this is pulling 1 amp at 20 volts and it's a 20 ohm resistor. So we've got a 20 watt circuit here. That's heating up quite nicely. That's enough for heating that one up. Put that on top. So I'm just going to test this resistor here. So I know that that's 20 ohms. So I'll put that on the 200 ohm range, touch it across there, and 20 ohms. Now resistance check is not the same as continuity check or diode check, in that if I put it onto diode check and check that same resistor, it's just going to be, I've had it in the past where a fuse is tested out absolutely fine on continuity, but when you measure it on resistance, it was measuring nearly 30 ohms, which would cause a voltage drop across the fuse, and this made the equipment look faulty and not the fuse. So for fuses, always test it on resistance, not on continuity. So for a diode test on this, you simply select the diode and continuity function on the dial. Select a diode. This is a 6 amp P600J, and as you can see there's a white band on it, and that white band denotes the cathode. So this side is the anode, this side is the cathode. So the positive will go from this side to this side, so the positive lead on there, negative lead on there. So I'll connect up the probes, and this diode turns on at 505 millivolts, and just to prove, I'll turn it around the other way. You get no current flow that way. So the multimeter actually puts out a voltage and displays the voltage that that diode started conducting at. Just to show you that the multimeter is putting a voltage out, I'm going to change the probes for the crook clips. And test the voltage that the multimeter is putting out. So positive lead on there, negative lead on there, that charges up the capacitor. Then if I take one of the leads off, rotate it round to 20 volts, I have 2.5 volts on there, so that's actually putting out 2.5 volts. So if I short that out, what do I use the diode? So that's on 0 volts again. Go around to resistance this time. I can check how much voltage the resistance range is putting out. 2.6 volts, so slightly higher voltage from the resistance than it is from the diode test. A good function of the multimeter as well on diode test is you can test out LEDs, light emitting diodes. So if you have a look at this one, you can see there's a thin piece of metal and a thick piece of metal. The thin piece of metal is a positive and the thick piece of metal is a negative. So the thin piece is the anode and the thick piece is the cathode. So to test this on a multimeter, connect the red lead to the anode, the black lead to the cathode, and you should see it light up. There you go. It won't be its full brightness, but it's a good test of the LED. A good use for a DC clamp meter like this one is to use on vehicles, and to test vehicle circuits, a circuit tester that you can plug into a fuse port. For this one I've just used a fuse, taken out the fuse element, soldered a couple of wires in so it goes through to an inline fuse. So you can take the fuse out of the circuit, plug this in, put the fuse into this to continue to protect the circuit, and then on the other end of this lead is a loop that you can put your clamp meter onto. So I'll just set that up with this power supply. Turn it on, and that should measure 1.7 amps. I've got the power supply on constant current, so I can actually control what the current is in that circuit. So 1.5 amps there at 100 millivolts. So even though the voltage is very, very low, I should be able to measure, put that on current, relative, about 1.4 amps it's measuring there. So if I ramp that up a bit, as you can see, it's measuring roughly the same current. Stick that up to 5 amps. So the positive must be coming through here and the negative coming out. If I rotate that round, then it will say a negative value. So that is a simple and easy way to test circuits on a vehicle. If you've liked this video, please check out my other projects on dev255.uk and also hit the like and the subscribe below. Thank you for watching.